old friend of ours. We did a couple of tours with him way back in the early 2000s.
You gotta have that.
I know, that's funny. Way back in the early 2000s, we did a couple of tours with B.B. King, got to know him pretty good, and I thought to ask him to sign a guitar that we could raffle, or excuse me, that we could auction off for San Rafael High School. And so let me give you a look at it.
You gotta play it, Tom.
Yeah, you gotta play it. That's
Well,
right.
I may play it after a while if you want me to. But this is B.B. King's signature. You know, I was on the Blues Cruise. Anybody heard of the Blues Cruise?
Yeah.
You know what that is? Okay. It's an amazing event. But anyway, all blues fans, there's about 2,000 blues fans on a Blues Cruise. And they do some fundraising on there. They were raising money for to do a museum, a blues museum in Memphis, and they're raising some money. So they had a guitar signed by ZZ Top. It went for $25,000.
Okay.
They had one signed by the Rolling Stones, went for $33,000.
Yeah.
And now think about this: ZZ Top and the Rolling Stones. Who do they worship?
B.B. King!
Guys like B.B. King. Right?
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. So we're expecting to get a nice fat check to donate to San Rafael High School, and I'm gonna get Gabby out here real quick to tell you. Gabby's my daughter, who just did the San Rafael High School Battle of the Bands. Before we found Matt Jaffe and the Distractions, by the way. She's gonna tell you what the money's gonna go for.
Lower down.
Lower down.
Except that's not on.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is? I just can't hear anything. That's cool. All right. So what we're trying to raise the money for with this guitar is the only public high school owned radio station, and it's the only one in the country that's solely run by the students. We have an actual radio station, 88.1 KSRH, that is run by the students. We put up the music, we make the playlist, we do the announcements, we are the DJs, we do everything that there is to do in a radio station. Unfortunately, we're not able to afford the proper equipment to keep the radio station alive, and as soon as we stop paying our bills for the sound waves, we lose our sound waves and someone else picks them up and they're gone for all eternity, which is not very good. So, we're going to try to sell you this guitar. We're going to try to sell you this guitar so we can actually raise money, get the proper equipment, and then the school has no excuse but to keep the radio station where it is. Right at the hands of San Rafael High School, the only public high school that has its own radio station.
Right, go ahead.
So be generous.
All right.
Well said, Gabby. Give her a big round of applause. She raised $5,000 doing the Battle of the Bands just a few weeks ago, and of course, Matt Jaffe and the Distractions were the winners of the Battle of the Bands, and that's how they wound up opening for us here tonight. And I just told Matt, I said, Matt, don't forget me when you guys blow up. I want a spot opening up for you.
All right.
I can hardly wait for that to happen. So I'm looking around, who's going to do the auction? I thought to myself, who do I know that isn't afraid to ask you to buy something? Ladies and gentlemen, from right here in Mill Valley, Larry the Hat.